Hey guys, hey where was? This is part 3 of my journey to awareness. My name is Carrie Wilson, and I am the author of the book, The Foul Body Odor That Almost Killed Me. This is my 7-year journey to find out why I had a foul odor coming from my body. They were horrific years, they were inspirational years, but I'm here today to help other sufferers deal with this invisible monster, a body odor, and give out some great advice and take some great advice on tips to help us live a better quality of life. Last week I talked about a lot of different things, but every week that I talk, I'm going to talk about depression, because depression is a part of this condition. I don't know if it's a secondary symptom or if it's a part of having body odor, but what I do know is if you are suffering from depression and you do not get that depression checked, I went 20 years, you guys. I'm telling you all. I'm going to keep saying the same things because the same things matter. For 20 years, I did not take any type of medication for depression because I was scared, because psychiatrists had told me that I was delusional. But nevertheless, it took me 20 years before I took an antidepressant. And let me tell you something. My psychiatrist, I had a relationship with my psychiatrist in the past. In those 20 years, I saw him off and on. In the last 10 years before I started my antidepressants, I was seeing him every 6 months. He was my psychiatrist. And every 6 months, he tried to get me to take antidepressants. But I just kept telling him, no, maybe in the next 6 months, maybe let's have, and things like that. I remember the last time I saw him before I started taking pills, he asked me to start taking antidepressants, and I told him, maybe let's have, I'll come in 6 months. I would see him a couple of months after I said that to him inside of a psychiatric ward as a patient. He was sitting on the other side of the table from me, and I'm sitting on the other side crying, asking him, am I losing my mind? So I waited until it was absolutely necessary for me to have to take antidepressants. My point to you all are, get it checked now. You all, I'm telling you, I read posts and people are saying, my depression just comes every month. It don't come that much. That was me for 20 years. I was guiding my way out of this. There's nothing wrong with talking to God and praying with God. But to me, I believe that God got me to go to that hospital that day and start that medication. You have to get your mental mind straight. If you're all over the place, you're gonna eat bad. You're gonna stress eat. You're gonna leave jobs. You're leaving jobs because of the odor anyway. But think about the depression on top of that. I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna talk about depression every week because talking about depression is important. And it's almost like I have to keep saying it until somebody's like, oh, but yeah, you know what? That probably is right. Maybe it's not a good idea to go in and out of depression. So I just wanted to say that. I really pray that you guys will go talk to a therapist, talk to your primary doctor, and just talk about any types of feelings that you're having as far as depression. The national hotline for suicide prevention is 988, not 911. You can't call 911 in cases of emergency, of course, but 988 is the number for the suicide prevention hotline. Okay, so okay, I got the board, of course, it helps. Okay, so we got the board, right? So disability and body odor. I have been on disability for over 20 years. I think I started getting disability in 2003, 2002. The irony is, I got disability. I hadn't been disability for a month after I got maybe a year or two before I found my condition, I started getting disability. But damn near for the almost those whole 7 years, I was working job after job after job after job. In 1996, when I was in the psychiatric ward in Chicago, Illinois, because I think it's important that I start naming some of the hospitals that I was in and the cities that I was in during this time. I was in the University of Chicago Hospital in 1996 in the psychiatric ward because I had a foul odor coming from my body, and doctors kept telling me that I was delusional and the odor was not there. So I was in the psychiatric ward, depressed, suicidal, and a psychiatrist came into my room and told me he wanted to get me some financial help. I said, financial help for what? He said, for your delusions that you're having. I said, I'm not having delusions. He said, you said that you can't take care of your daughter. I said, I can't take care of my daughter because I have an odor coming from my body, and I'm depressed and suicidal about it because people are talking about me and verbally abusing me. And he said, well, the money will help you. My hand for God, I cursed the doctor out. I went off on him because for some reason, all that was going through my mind, this doctor is trying to welfare queen me. I honestly felt that. I felt like he was trying to put me on this medicine that I didn't need, and then I'm going to get a check every month. And that's going to be my life for the rest of my life. I'm just going to be in the house getting a check. And I told him, as I was cursing his ass out, I said, I don't want to sit in the house and get your check every damn month. I want to work. And that was the truth. I did not want them to put me on a check and give me medication that I did not need. Help me find out why I have an odor coming from my body. Now, for anybody who feel like that was a bad decision, it is. I have a lot of regrets. I have regret about not becoming an RN, a registered nurse, but I also have regrets about that decision right there because me and my kids went through so much because I was going from job to job to job. But at the same time, anybody who thinks that, well, yeah, you should have took the disability when she tried to give it to you. Wasn't I being a patriot? I knew that I knew I wasn't delusional. I knew that this doctor was wrong. So I rejected him giving me a check that I was supposed to get because I'm not delusional. And, he's telling me, you're going to get a check for your delusions and some medicine. So maybe if he would have worded it different or something like that, but telling me that you finna give me some medicine and put me on a check every month, no. I rejected that. But me and my kids went through hell. We went through hell. I'm running through jobs. People are talking about me. But like I said, I think it was like 2 years, a couple of years before I felt the condition, I finally had enough. I could not take it anymore. I was mentally drained. I was physically drained. Me and my kids were homeless often. Me and my kids were hungry often. And so I went into a psychiatric ward. I talked to a psychiatrist, and I told him I need help, financial help. Me and my kids need help. And like I said, it's been over 20 years that I've been getting disability. Now, I may be getting disability for debilitating depression. I don't know. But I just know that I wanted disability because I have a body odor, and that body odor is interfering with my ability to work. Anybody who has a medical condition, a mental condition, and it interferes with their ability to take care of themselves and their children, has the legal right to apply for disability. Now, I'm not telling anybody, oh, well, just go get on disability. But what I am telling you is, if you are homeless, you have children and they are homeless, you are going from house to house, you and your kids are hungry, you keeping a job 3 and 4 weeks at a time, you may want to look into disability. Because this is a slippery slope here. You know, they're like, well, you can physically work. Yeah, I could physically work sometimes, but depression has many faces. Depression is, like I said, I was depressed. I overate. I was depressed. I underate. My depression was physical. I would be physically sick, like I had the flu. I would feel like this, like I wake up in the morning just like this. Those are good days, because on the worst days, I'm suicidal. I'm actually suicidal. I want to take my life because I have an odor coming from my body. So over the 20 years that I have gotten disability, I deserve that disability because I have a disability. I have an odor coming from my body that society is rejecting my ass, verbally abusing me. Also, you can work while you're on disability. I had 2 children. That check that I've been getting all these years, of course I had to work part-time. I had to work part-time also to be able to take care of my kids, and it was hard. I am poor. I am working poor. Somebody literally wrote me the other day. It was like, "Oh, you doing good? Look at your house." I rent. I've been poor all my life. Ever since I've had this condition, I've been poor. I'm going to continue to be poor. Anyway, I'm sorry. That pissed me off when somebody was talking about, I'm doing good. No, I'm not doing good. No, I'm not doing good. I'm doing good as far as I'm alive and I'm here and I'm happy to be here. But career-wise, financially, I'm working poor. And I told y'all, anybody who thinks that I was saying, if you eat bland food and exercise, you're not going to have no odor. Let me clarify on that. Because I'm telling you, I have people coming at me as if I told them if they do this, they're not going to have an odor. I'm helpful to say the odor's always going to be there. But what I do know is, if you can have some good days where you can smell people, you can smell somebody across the street. Psychologically, mentally, that gives you strength. I just have more courage now. I'm just more stronger. I could be musty and I'm gonna go outside. And I'm gonna go to work because I'll smell like shit. I do a lot to get the odor down. And like I told y'all, even on the day when that odor still, I done all that stuff and the odor still acting up, I still gonna go to work. But if I don't feel like it, I'm gonna call out because I have a disability. Y'all, I'm telling you, y'all have to learn how to work. Y'all have to learn how to work with this disability and navigate in this world. That's all I've done. For the last what? I'm 50. So for the last 30 years of my life, I've learned how to navigate in this world with this condition. But when you look at me on paper, I'm poor. I've been working part-time jobs for the last 20 years of my life. Yeah, so it hasn't been easy. Just because I'm sitting here now trying to encourage people who have body odors not to be depressed, not to be suicidal, not to sit in a house and just let your life pass you by because you have this condition, I feel obligated to do that. But please, do not think for a second that I'm just like, that I got it going on and all that. No, actually I don't. No, I'm just like you. I work just like you. I work check to check. So disability helped me and my kids not be homeless for 20 years. If it wasn't for disability, me and my kids probably would have been homeless countless times because I had family members who thought that I was running a scam. And it's like, who the fuck runs a scam and says they smell bad? Why would I choose that? Why would I say that I see demons and things like that? So I'm sorry. Let me woosah and put it all back home. I just want you guys, if this body odor and your depression is interfere with your ability to take care of yourself and your children, you have a legal right to apply for disability. And I'm telling y'all, I keep telling you guys this. You are your advocate. When I was going through all that, trying to get help and stuff, it's in my book. I was calling patient advocates and things like that. Nothing. So I had to advocate for myself. You guys have too much information on the computer to not advocate for yourself. And I'm not talking about getting tested. I'm not even talking about getting tested and things like that, which I still think if you have any type of health insurance, you should fight your doctor and your insurance to get tested for certain conditions. But I'm talking about as far as resources to live a better life while you have this condition. To live a better life while you have this condition. So, disability. I would apply for disability. I would. I would not go homeless another day. I would not go hungry another day. My kids would not go without food another day. I'm applying for disability. And if they deny you, apply again. And you just have to fight for yourself. You have to advocate for yourself. You have to fight for yourself. Fight for your children. Okay, raising kids while on disability. Raising kids while having a body odor. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Okay. Let me go back to disability because I wanted to talk about, like I said, I was able to be a home health aide. Once I felt that I went to school to be a certified nursing assistant because I knew I could jump from job to job. I intentionally went to school to be a CNA so that I could go from nursing home to nursing home to nursing home because I knew people were going to talk about me. But it was the best thing that I did. Because I made it through a 6-week course of people laughing and doing what they do in the back. And I came across home health. Home health has actually been the best thing for me, my family. I've been at home health for 26 years. And do some patients and clients smell me? Yeah, of course, you know what I'm saying? But I do a lot so that they don't smell me. And I'm a good person, so they like me regardless. So, you have to kill them with kindness, do what you need to do for yourself, and just work. But for this generation, y'all, why not go to school specifically for jobs where you work from home? Medical billing. Truck drivers, delivery persons, security guard. Yeah, so that's what I would do. I would try to find jobs where I could work by myself, I could work from home. And that doesn't mean that you have to always just kind of stay in the house and stay away from people. It just means that you want to at least secure income in your life. And, while you fight for disability, if that's something you want to do too. And so start trying to get jobs where you work alone and maybe even go to school for degrees for jobs where you can work from home. While we all wait for a cure and better treatment. Raising kids while you have a body odor. Mental health should just be at the top. it just should. Because in order to be strong for those kids and yourself, though, you have to get your mental health checked. If you're paranoid and you're panicky and have anxiety, you have to get that under control. And you know what? Look, I keep reading on the board. Everybody talks about how if we get nervous, the odor, it triggers the odor. That's true. That is a true statement. But what about if the odor's already triggered? To me, I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to understand why that even matters. Why don't get nervous, don't get stressed. But literally, the odor's there, so I'm gonna get stressed, So, but hey, a lot of people say get that stress under control because it triggers the odor. So, that's all a part of the mental. Because I'm telling you, I've been around people and I know that my odor was bad or whatever because I ate some pizza or something like that, and I'm just sitting there chilling because I'm on medication. So I ain't all, oh my god. It's like what? Like look, I'm looking at them like what? So yeah, please, for your children. If you have children, you don't want to get medication and talk to a therapist or even just look into it for yourself. For your children, at least do it for your children. First, I'm going to say what I did. I went to none of my kids' games. I went to none of their school events. I didn't go pick up their report card. My cousin, who I used to live with, she just went and got my kids' report card. They thought I was scamming or crazy or whatever they thought I was doing, but they just knew that I was not going to the school to talk to the teachers. My thing was, I never ever wanted to embarrass my kids. I didn't want them to be the kids with the smelly mama. So I was not going up to that school. And but I missed out on games. I missed out on trips. And my kids, that would come back to haunt me. Because my kids, I've had conversations with my kids. Now, my son is 23 years old, and my daughter is 32 years old. And they both have told me the way that we grew up, who I am, and how I was as a mother affected them. They both told me that. And with my daughter, well, it was anger with both of them, though. It was anger with both of them, you know. And I can't change what happened, you know. I apologize to them for even having them early, but even more so, I got this condition and it just really just wrecked our life. And my son, you know, my son, I didn't go to his basketball games. I didn't take him out to events where he could have even went further. So I let this condition take a lot from being my kids. I let it take a lot from being my kids. And what's scary, when I think about, if I would have had the attitude that I have right now, I'd have been right there. I'm telling you, if I had the attitude that I have right now, I would have been there every day with my son. Because it's your kids. And I know that there are people suffering with conditions who go there right now. But everybody is different, you guys. Everybody is different. Everybody is not going to be as strong as the next person. It's like I told you all last week, I was going to put my daughter up for adoption. It was that serious for me. I was like 19, 20 years old with a foul. Back then, everything that I ate, I didn't even know was making that odor stronger and stronger. And I had a menstrual cycle. So I'm eating this food. I'm trying to find out what's wrong with me. Me and my daughter are homeless because I ran out of family members to bounce around from. I'm taking this girl over to guys' houses who might like me. They'll let me sleep, they'll let us sleep on the couch. And like somebody was saying, like, ain't no way that they would have gave their kid away. Their kid would have slept under a bridge with them. Well, you know what? You love your kid enough to sleep under a bridge with them rather than give them away. I love my kid enough not to sleep under a damn bridge with my kid. I sleep under a bridge with my kid ain't sleeping under no damn bridge. So my daughter, I mean, it was horrible. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And I got this girl, this little bitty girl, depending on me to take care of her, and where I have doctors telling me, "Oh, you're delusional. You're delusional." And yeah, I let her go and live in a foster home. I had to, and at that time, it was the best thing for her. However, I'm telling you guys, if I was the person who I am now, if I had the courage that I had, and I had courage in the beginning. When this first started, I had courage, but the odor slowly chipped away at my courage. Every time I walked into jobs, and as soon as I walked in, everybody started laughing. That shit hurt. It's traumatizing. So right now, today, if something happened like that, I probably ought to be like, what the fuck's so funny? You know, because I'm grown now. I'm not taking that no more. And I have a medical condition. I'm right now. I'm getting y'all wrote up. Y'all getting suspended for bullying me. Y'all better stop trying to fight people. Stop trying to fight people. Get them wrote up. Get them suspended. Let nobody bully you on these jobs, because we have a right to be there. I mean, it's like what they want us to do, not work. We have to work too. But I'm telling y'all, the sufferer, you have to take care of your mental. You have to take care of your mental. Do I want to be a caregiver? Look, I wanted to be a registered nurse, so I wanted to be in the health field. I'm happy to be in the health field. But do I want to be a caregiver? No, I don't want to be a caregiver. But I'm stuck as a caregiver because it is a job that allows me to work and bring in income. And it's dangerous for me sitting in the house every day. Look, I really post how people like, do y'all be hearing voices and this and that? I went through a phase where I'm like talking to myself too much, just being by yourself all the time. You have to get out the house. You have to just try to live a life, even if you volunteering somewhere. I'm telling you. But for me, taking antidepressants fixed a lot. Fixed a lot. When I get off of work on a Friday night, I go get my turkey burger with lettuce and tomato, and I put vegan mayonnaise on it. I get my French fries with no salt. I get me something to drink. And whatever, if this is for Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock's, a special coming out, whatever's hot on TV that Friday, I come home, I take a shower, get in my bed, I got my turkey burger, I got my drink, and I sit there and have a time of my goddamn life by myself. I'm happy to be alive. I am. Do I wish that I had a different life? Yes, I do. But I don't have a different life. I have this condition. You all better learn how to manage it and just try to live the best life you can, because your youth goes fast. So yeah. I don't want to talk a long time today. Today I really just want to talk about depression. Get your depression checked. I want to talk about disability and body odor. If you can get disability, if something interferes with your ability to take care of yourself and your children, mental or physical ailment, you have a right to apply for disability. Be an advocate. Fight for yourself. Stop letting people tell you, "Oh no, that's not a good." That's not a real condition. Yeah, actually it is a real condition. It's a real condition that has real consequences too. Okay. Okay, we got our goal board as usual. Deborah Roberts. Look, I've been tweeting Deborah Roberts, but I think this week I am going to start. I'm gonna start writing to ABC. And look, guys, I'm telling you, anybody who watched this, please write to ABC. I do some of your own investigation. Just help us, even if you don't have a condition. Please just help us. We need an interview with Deborah Roberts. Anybody, it does not have to be me. We just need for her to put a spotlight on our condition. She already did a great interview with a sufferer named Camille. We just want a part 2, guys. Please help us. Deborah Roberts, Mrs. Deborah Roberts of ABC Primetime. Please help us. We need her. This week, next week, I'll be at it, sending out emails and just trying to just catch her attention. The goal is to have a better quality of life with body odor until there is a cure. So I'm not telling anybody just give up on giving a cure, give up on going to the doctor. You're going to do what you want. Everybody's going to do what they want to do. I'm just telling you to manage your body odor better so that you can have a better quality of life while you're here. You can have a better quality of life with your children. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a better quality of life to be happy, to be a little happy, to start that. Okay. I am going to take therapy. The goal is to erase everything because we're at the end of the journey. So I am going to erase therapy because that's the easiest one. Getting therapy is the easiest one. That's a matter of you picking up the phone, Googling, talking to your doctor, find your therapist. So we're going to take therapy off the board. Take therapy off the board. My name is Carrie Wilson. I am the author of the book, The Foul Body Odor That Almost Killed Me. My book is available at Doris Publishing, Amazon Books, Google Books, and Barnes and Nobles. Please click on the link below. We have an ebook, paperback, and hardback. It's a very interesting story. It's a true story with original documents, medical records in the back. Please support our journey to awareness, my journey to awareness. Thank you, thank you, thank you.